Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I will be painting this water lily pond. It's going to be super simple, so take out your sketchbook and brushes and paint with me. Also, Benq just sent me the IdeaCam S1 Pro, so I'm going to be testing it out. I'm using it to film me talking right now. It came with the camera, a magnifying lens, the remote control for the webcam, and some other cables. The webcam base has a standard screw, so I'm currently mounting it to my desk camera holder. But you can also mount it to your monitor if you have one. It also has the ring light at the front. This wouldn't replace all the other lighting, but it does add a little bit when you're in a low lighting setting. And I'm going to keep this format during the painting process so I can explain what I'm doing. If you like that format, let me know in the comments. Now let's get started. Okay, so I kind of have my phone set up over here so I can film the overhead view of the painting, and I'll be using that IdeaCam to film kind of like me talking through the process. Alright, so I'm just gonna grab some water and I'm just gonna cover this page with water. We're using the wet on wet for the background today, just so I can blend in some of the color a little bit better. Doesn't really have to be, but I just like the look of everything kind of like mushing together. I don't really have a reference photo right now. We're just gonna wing it. My plan is to have the water be like a dark blue, ranging from like a dark blue to like a whitish color, and then just add in some water lily leaves that's going to be like a greenish color, and then some water lily that's going to be pink. So first I'm gonna grab palette blue, adding some white, get kind of like a light bluish color. Then we'll put that kind of like top left corner here-ish. I'm gonna go through this kind of like in a circular motion-ish. Right now I'm gonna add some indigo. Make it slightly darker. Adding some more palette blue, make it a little bit more saturated. As you can see, because we wet the paper beforehand, everything kind of like blend in nicely with each other. Adding a little bit of ultramarine blue, some more indigo, a little bit more palette blue. As we go outward, I want it to be slightly darker. Adding some more indigo here, some paint gray, darken it. I'm gonna blend that in with the blue up here. Making it look more interesting. Okay, so for the top part here, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to make it kind of like a green color. Be adding a little bit of red to desaturate that. I don't want the green to be too saturated at this stage. Let's add a little bit more ultramarine blue. A little bit more red, primary red. That's what I'm using right now. Go. Look kind of like a little bit muddy. That's what I'm going for. Add some of this color blending in with the blue. Grabbing a little bit more yellow. I'm adding some lemon yellow and primary yellow. All in the same well. A little bit more ultramarine blue. And a little bit of that on this right hand side too. Maybe a little bit to this one. Right, I'm gonna clean my brush a little bit. I'm gonna grab some white. My white is a little bit contaminated with the blue, which is okay. I'm gonna add some circular motion. Not motion. Circular pattern around here. And then grab some pale blue. And kind of blend that in. Clean my brush a little bit, grabbing a little bit of primary blue in here. Yeah, and just kind of try to blend that section in. Make some more Tyler blue so we can blend it outward too with the other section that we already added. Blend it in with some of the green. This is one of the reasons why I like wetting the paper beforehand, so that I can get this kind of like whooshy blending effect. Adding a little bit more indigo, make it slightly darker as we go outward. Just trying to blend everything in at this point. And as you can see, my brush stroke is kind of like in a circular motion. So we have kind of like a focal point right here. Alright, I think that's good enough. Okay, now I'm gonna swap to a big round brush. And from this big brown brush, let's get a little bit more indigo. Trying to grab like a darker blue here. A little bit of ultramarine blue. And I'm using this blue to add in some darker spot on the edges out here. Again, keep everything that have a little bit of like a curvish brush stroke as we go to the center. Adding some Benq gray to darken this even further. Some ultramarine blue. Some more Benq gray. And I'm gonna go in and just kind of follow this pattern of like the circular pattern that kind of swirl around our focal point up there. All we're trying to do right now is kind of making everything, have slightly different color here and there, slightly different blue. I'm gonna grab some of this light blue over too, so the color, just so the water is more interesting, less monotone. Even though right now it's not one color, but I just want to add a little bit more to that, creating more contrast. Right now I'm gonna grab palette blue. And we'll be doing the same thing, but gonna make it slightly lighter as we get toward that focal point. Let me bring this up a little bit. Here we go. Keep doing that. Don't be afraid to kind of go over the area down here that we already have some color, just making it more interesting this way. Right, we're adding some whites as we get closer to this lighter area. I'm still making sure that my brush is kind of like in a circular motion, so everything kind of like swerving around this section. Adding some more white as we get closer to that middle section. Now we have kind of like a what's it called, a ripple of water by just keep doing this circular pattern. By adding a little bit more blue to this, just get slightly darker. Maybe we'll put a fish in there later on. I haven't decided yet. Maybe not. We'll see. This kind of like talking to the camera kind of remind me of like back during the pandemic when I was streaming doing art, and that was really fun. So you get to talk to a lot of, well, not a lot, but like the people who joined the stream was like super interested in art, and I get to talk to a lot of them. And it was really cool seeing what everyone's goal is, where everyone is, and like just cool chatting about art in general, you know? So that's why I kind of like want to bring this format back, even though it's on YouTube, so it's not really streaming. But I think this like I get to talk more with you guys. I hope that's better. If not, then we can always go back to, you know, the old way of just showing the painting process. Right, we adding a little bit of primary blue. Make it slightly darker, but not too dark, because I do want to have some of these lighter section out here in the dark area. Okay, let's mix some of this into this kind of yellowish green that we have here. And also add a little bit of this pattern on the top left and right of this painting. So now we have like a whirlpool there. Let's add some water lily leaf. And for that, we're gonna mix a lightish green. So I'm gonna start out with white. I will just use this well here that we already have the blue. I'm gonna add lemon yellow. And some phthalo blue. And perspective wise, as the leaf get closer to us, which means it's kind of like down below here, it's gonna be more circular because we're looking straight down at it. Well, as it's go move toward like the top part where it's a little bit further away from us, it will be more of like an oval shape. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm gonna use this light green and add the one up here first. Because the one down here is kind of like in the shadowish, so I want green to be slightly darker. So let's add some oval shape. Like that. And I'm making some of them small while some of them slightly bigger. Okay, this area hasn't completely dried, so you can see some of the blue kind of mixing with our green a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna leave that for now. I'm gonna mix a lightly darker green, so adding some phthalo blue here, making it slightly more blue too. And I'm gonna use that to add some of the leaf down here. Leaf down here are slightly more circular than the oval one up there. Adding a little bit of phthalo blue and some more indigo. Making it slightly darker. Adding a smaller one here next to that big one. Varying the size of each of these leaves so that they look more interesting, and also if they don't look, so that it look more natural as we vary the sizes and even the orientation of each of this leaf. Okay, I'm gonna add a smaller one, teeny one here, and we're gonna add another medium-sized one next to that. One small one here. And maybe even a teenier one right here. And let's do one up here too. And one over here. Doesn't have to be super grounded and filled with leaf. Just a couple, one here and there. I think should be good. Yeah, something like this. Alright, now I'm going to use this same kind of dark blue color-ish. And I'm going to use that to kind of like add a shadow section for the leaf top here. And add it right underneath each of them. And it's okay if you blend in the color a little bit too. Just make the leaf look more interesting with different color, different shade of green kind of blending with each other. Right, now I'm going to add a little bit of white to this. And we're going to maybe add a little bit of yellow too. And I'm going to grab this green, add it in some of the leaf just to vary the color. I don't like anything that is too monotone. So we're just adding some random color in each of this leaf. Right, let's grab even more kind of blue here. It's super blue. And use that to vary the color of some of the leaf down here a little bit more. Use this a little bit of these on the shadow part of the leaf up top too. Alright, now we'll swap into a slightly smaller round brush, just to get some of the detail in. So first I'm going to grab some white. And I'm just going to add a little bit of highlight. Kind of following the pattern that we already have here. Just some small thin line and then some dot next to it. You can also follow the circular pattern. Yeah, something like that. Don't have to add too much. Now we're gonna grab a super dark color, grab indigo and paint gray, and I'm gonna add a shadow under, like, in the bottom half of each of these water lily leaf. Like that, and then I'm going to make kind of like a triangle cut in of the leaf. So for example, right here, we're just gonna use this dark color and cut in that little triangle part. And we'll do the same thing for some of the other leaf. Make sure that these triangle cut-in part are not, the same for all the leaf. The more random and chaotic you make it, the more natural it will be. Slightly cut in like that. Alright, now I'm gonna grab a brighter green by mixing a little bit yellow into this white. Grab some of the blue from the other well over, a little bit more lemon yellow, like a lightish green, maybe a little bit more white. And using that to lighten some of the leaf up here up. A little bit down here too. Right now I'm going to use this 12 that we already have. And we're just going to use that to add a little bit of stem from this leaf. So essentially just some lines right from the center. Just one or two, we don't have to add it on every single leaf. There's a couple one here and there. Something like that. Right now let's add some water lily. So for that I'm going to grab a pink colors, actually grab Magneta actually. So I have this Magneta, add some white, this. Light pinkish color, I'm going to add a little bit of cadmium red, this. Making the pink leaning a little bit more toward yellow than to purple. Like that. And then we'll just kind of wing it. Have some triangle looking shape here. Where the middle is higher than the side. And kind of spread out at the bottom too. For the one that are closer to us, we'll see more kind of like roundish look of these flowers. And I'm not going to, I'm not going to paint all the little detail on this water lily, which is kind of try to indicate that there's some water lily there with some pinkish color. Okay, and now let's grab some white into this. Make it even lighter pink. Let's add just some highlight on these flowers. Again, we're not trying to paint all the little details, we're trying to indicate what this is. something like that. And we want to get it fancy, add some pink color again in this squirrely section. Yeah, I don't think I want to add a fish. I don't think I want to add a fish there. Let's add a little bit of, what's this color called? Magenta. And a little bit of cadmium red. Slight darker, and then I want to add a little bit more of this squirrely thing. Pattern with this darker purple and pink. That should be enough. We don't want to add too much because all our painting is green and blue, and if we add just a tons of red in, it will kind of clash together. So the red and the purple and the pink is kind of like a highlight contrast on top of everything. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab a little bit white. I want to make this middle section a little bit lighter. A little bit of blue. Again, making everything is still in a circular pattern, focusing on that middle part. A little bit more indigo. I'm sorry, phthalo blue mixed with that white. And I want to use this to kind of blend in the white with the blue underneath. And we are done. So a cool thing about this webcam is that I can swipe from manual focus to autofocus, and then it can rotate 90 degrees downwards. So I can just take the camera, and if I rotate it downward here, then you can also see a different angle. That's a cool feature of the IdeaCam S1 Pro.
Another thing I really like about this is that I can detach the webcam from the base and then add in a magnifying glass. And then with this, I can show all the little texture on the painting. This painting particularly doesn't have a lot of texture, but if you were using acrylic or even oil, I think it'd be pretty cool to show all the brushstroke and texture on the paper with this magnifying lens.
Okay, so after editing all the video, I can confirm that the IdeaCam quality is pretty good, both the video quality and the audio quality. One thing I do notice though is that during nighttime, like right now, I have two lights on and it usually works fine with my phone camera, but you can see a little bit of that ISO effect when you have some grainy thingy around in the background here. But that is to be expected from a webcam anyway, so it's not a big of my concern. It does work straight out of the bat if you just plug it straight to your computer, but I downloaded the Inspire app and it gives me a lot more option to adjust the brightness, the saturation, the sharpness of the image quality. But even if you don't use the app, I find that it just works straight up with my computer. With that being said, I don't think I can use it at my overhead shot. I think I will still need my phone for that. But it's a pretty nice addition for a face cam if I ever need one. The price is pretty high, but in my opinion, you do get the features and the quality of the video and the audio that comes with the camera. So I would recommend it for someone who need a relatively high quality webcam, but you don't want to spend like thousands of dollars on a DSLR or like an actual video camera. It's actually a pretty great option for meetings in general, when you can actually freeze a frame and then actually annotate on it. If you want to show something real quick on a sketch that you're working on your desk, you can just flip the camera down and then flip it right back up to show your face again. I really like that feature. I'll leave the link down in the description if you want to check it out. If you would like to see more painting tutorial, I have more of them on my channel right here. Let me know in the comments what video you want to see in the future. Other than that, I'll see you all next time. Bye!